if by some minute chance you meet the challenge, your reward will be great. Behold! Whoopsie. Now behold.
Good evening, sports fans! Crobat for the win of the Token Minorities here today with Season 8, Week 4 of the NPL against the FC Popplio. Magic, David, you can see my team of Jamokes there. You already know them from the team builder yesterday, and my opponent decided to bring Cresselia, Mega Kangaskhan, Skarmory, Greninja, Terrakion, and Comfrey, and so it begins. But before I actually begin, it's important to note this is my 100th standard draft format game. Now, I'm not including ones that have like Ubers or ones that are like quick draft, like say a March Madness or No Pause Tourney or anything like that. I mean just standard draft games like this one. This is 100. I'd love to go off with a bang here and get 3-1 in the NPL. That would just make my day. I would love to. So, I'm looking at his team right now. I'm thinking the safest lead would be Tornadus Therian, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go hit play. Why don't we jump right in? I lead with Tornadus Therian, as promised, and he leads with Cress. He actually outspeeds and hits me with a Shadow Ball, which obviously means it's Scarfed. So actually, that's not even that threatening of a Cresselia. It doesn't have great special attacks, so actually this works out well. I can U-turn on it to get a good amount of damage, see maybe where its EVs lie, as I just kind of switch into Sylveon so I can Baton Pass out into Tornadus Therian, go for the taunt on the switch, hoping to catch the Skarmory, but unfortunately I didn't. Now this thing locked itself into Ice Beam, and I just don't want it to trick if it has it. I hope not. So I go into Sylveon, then to the Baton Pass again out into my Tornadus Therian, so I can taunt the Skarm again. This is going perfectly for me. I go for a Hurricane to just get some big damage off. He goes for an Ice Beam. I want to see how much it does. I know that I'm going to get most of the health back when I U-turn out and get Regenerator. So I switch into Victini so I can just U-turn out. It's Choice Banded. I know it would do a little bit to the Terrakion, and I can bluff the Scarf from the Cobalion here, and I don't want to reveal that I'm not Scarfed yet. I maybe should have Volt switched there, but I thought it was really important that I kind of maintain the fact that I might be Scarfed. He unfortunately tricks the Choice Scarf to my Sylveon, which does not help me at all. But I do get to KO the Cresselia here, which is nice.
Touchdown, and then you pump your fist like that.
So I go into my Cobalion now, which can just taunt the Skarmory, so I can get a Volt Switch off. Now I have to reveal I'm not Scarfed, because I think now is the most appropriate time. He Brave Birds as I U-turn again, and then I see Weak Armor, and now I start to be like, oh my gosh. Oh no, this could not end well if I am not careful, because it now outspeeds me. Ooh, this is gonna get dicey. I am not liking where this is going. I'm going into Gyarados right here because I just want to get an Intimidate off on this thing first before I do anything. I'm gonna go into Sylveon. Just I don't know even why at this point. I just see its stats going up. Possibly the Swords Dance because I saw that I had taunted it earlier. I see Roost there too. This isn't going well. This is bad. I need to burn this thing just so I don't have any offensive threat from this thing. I'm going to just Brick Break, kind of hope that I can just Weak Armor it down so I can take it out. I think I've got this thing in a corner, so Dusknoir is already putting in some decent work. So here's Comfrey, which I know uses that Fairy type move that has priority, and it drains health, so that's going to be kind of annoying. So I actually get to use Haze on Comfrey, and I was not expecting to do that. But it's working, so I'm going to keep going with it. I do not want this thing to set up, and he has Rocks up, which is really not a good thing for me. He also seems to have the Aromatherapy or whatnot, and heals the burn off Skarm. Then he taunts, and my higher ground Anakin is gone, so I better get out of there. Taunt again, because I know I can live one Draining Kiss. That's the move I was thinking of. Defog. I can defog. So I can now go into my Victini to take the Draining Kiss, which was vital. It was really vital. I V-Create, and as I said in the team builder, that Greninja just can't take a V-Create. It does so much damage that it's not even funny. So Scald does nothing to Sylveon, and I know that had it had the Gunk Shot, it wouldn't have KO'd without the without Protean. Now I score crit, and it actually matters, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to pause the game real quick. So, my opponent was telling me after the match, and as we kind of saw earlier, this was an offensive Skarmory. So he says he had speed investment, and even with the choice Scarf that I was tricked, it sounds like he still outsped my Sylveon. Assuming that is true, I haven't seen his build, but that's what he told me. So, I'm sorry, hacks, it happens. Yeah, I mean, I normally don't get hacks going my way, so, I mean, it's kind of a nice change of pace, I guess. But I'm so sorry about that, man. Anyways, let's continue. So, now, here's the moment of truth. Here's Mega Kangaskhan versus the Dusknoir, the matchup I wanted. Now, I don't want to scout for Crunch, because I feel like with Drain Punch, he doesn't have it, so that actually works out. I get to KO the Greninja with the Brick Break, Karate Kid, right there. So I go on the Comfrey with the Victini, knowing that Drain Kiss was his only move. V-Create, Banded, KOs the Mega Kangaskhan, as I expected.
To the Eagles, and later on they're already bringing him out to the Raiders. Just horrible that is. And there's going to be a run back from 9 deep for Jacoby Jones. And look at him go. Jones is past the 50, and he is flying inside the 20, and a kickoff return, 109 yards and a touchdown.
Now here is the Terrakion, and now here there are a couple things that could go on. Now he's going to Continental Crush, but that's fine. I'm going to pause this right here. I actually haze to get rid of his stat changes. But here's what's going on here. As long as I can prevent him from getting to +2 speed and +2 attack, I can win the game. No problem. Like if he has SD and Rock Polish, he just can't get both of them up. But if he gets one of them up, I am fine. So if, let's just say, as you see right here, he might set up a Rock Polish. I got Cobalion with the Chople Berry to easily take a close combat. And as we just see, he doesn't have the Z fighting type move. He just used his Z rock type move, Continental Crush. So I can take a close combat and just KO right back. Okay, let's say in some scenario he has Swords Dance and he's going to use that. I can outspeed with Tornadus Therian, go for the Z Hurricane, which will take it out. So he just can't get up both. I know I'm going to probably have to fodder something, but this is the safest way to win the game. So my Navier Stokes is going to end up hazing here. I'm just going to keep hazing. I wanted him to KO this thing. I wanted no chance that this thing would set up. So I actually am going to switch out because I feel like I could save it for now. I'll try to KO this thing and see Draining Kisses, which does nothing. V-Create knocks it into next year.
Boom, shakalaka.
Here's the Terrakion. I am just going to keep attacking this thing. I just can't let it set up twice. Same rationale as before, and I know 2 hits is going to KO it, so not a problem. Now he just has the plus speed. That is no problem. I've got the Chople Berry Cobalion. Close combat only does about half, so I can KO it with any move. I choose close combat, and now your LA Nidokings in their 100th game are going to score a 5-0 victory against the FC Popplio. Wow. Thanks for the high five, guys. And now we are 3-1 plus 5. This puts us at the top of our division. For a team that started 0-1 minus 5, how can you get much better? I am so happy with how we've been doing lately, and I can't be more than thankful for the people I've been working with on making some of these teams, and I'm so happy. I'm thrilled. A very wise man once said, or maybe it was Michael Scott, I don't know, "May your hats fly as high as your dreams." Well, you can be sure that after a series of strong victories, my hat's flying today. Oh yeah, it flew, and I think it reached the sky. Because that's where we're going this season. We are taking this team to the sky. There is no limit to what this team can do. There is no limit to what I can do, the people I work with, what they can do, what each and every member of this team can do if we just put our minds to it Next week, we are going for a lead. We're going against Verd, and he is a tough opponent. We've got a tough matchup, but I am looking forward to this matchup next week. We will see you guys there. Peace out.